My name is Ethan Greenberg, and this past summer I was a PIFP Fellow with the National Conference of State Legislatures. The National Conference of State Legislatures, or NCSL, is a bipartisan organization that focuses on state policy and the role of states within the federal system. Our mission is threefold. First, to improve the quality and effectiveness of state legislatures. Second, to promote policy innovation and communication among state legislatures. And three, to ensure state legislatures have a strong, cohesive voice in the federal system. NCSL is based in the Lowry neighborhood of Denver, but also has offices in Washington, D.C. Within NCSL, I was a fellow in the education program. Education is especially relevant at an organization such as NCSL because over 80% of K-12 education funding comes from state and local levels. Under the broad umbrella of education, I focused primarily on school governance, rural education, and post-secondary education. But within those categories, my work varied greatly, ranging from community college tax districts to transportation in rural school districts, to governance structures of academic health centers, to legislation affecting college transfer pathways. Most of my research was, in a way, reactionary. It stemmed from an information or research request that NCSL had received from either a legislator, a legislative staffer, or the media. However, I also performed research for proactive information projects that NCSL would form internally in anticipation of a breaking topic. An example of such a project was one of my overarching ventures, co-authoring what NCSL calls a legisbrief, a two-page backgrounder on a topical issue, in my case work-based learning and apprenticeships. One of the main highlights of the summer was attending NCSL's Legislative Summit, held in Boston this year. Over 5,000 people attend the summit, including hundreds of state legislators and legislative staff from across the country. It was a wonderful opportunity to interact face-to-face with many of NCSL's constituencies. Plus, it featured a chance to go on the floor of TD Garden, home of the Celtics. I very much enjoyed my PIFP at NCSL. I have a more comprehensive understanding of the education policy landscape than when I began early in the summer. In addition, working at a bipartisan organization was fulfilling both in that it taught me how to conduct policy research and deliver it in a bipartisan fashion, and that it alleviated my occasional political cynicism because my faith in the political process increased as I witnessed decision makers from across the political spectrum express interest in evidence-based, bipartisan information. And last, but certainly not least, the people at NCSL ensure that PIFP fellows have a meaningful and constructive experience. As an added benefit, one of my supervisors was a former PIFP fellow. I am, and will ever be, grateful for this opportunity.